So I've been in a way very lucky to get into this. It all happened more or less by accident when I was a graduate student in the US in the mid 1980s. And what happened was I was from Sri Lanka and there were many other people from Sri Lanka in the US, and we had very little news from home. So we started a group called SLNet, Sri Lanka Net, to basically get news from Sri Lanka. But then we realized here it's a good way for people all over the world, not only in the US, Canada, Australia, and England, and various other places, to talk to each other. So we started off with that. Then the second major thing we did was to bring internet to Sri Lanka. And this happened from about 1990, where we had the first email connection, to 1994, where we got the first internet, and then in the late 1990s and the early 2000s, where we set up the internet throughout the country. And the third main area I have focused on is local languages. So in Sri Lanka, just as in many other countries, we have several languages which are not written in the Latin script. And we wanted to make sure all the computers, mobile phones, tablets, whatever, they all were able to speak to people in our own language. And that's what I've been doing maybe for the last 10 years. Actually, sometimes I feel there were no real challenges. It's basically of setting goals. So right at the beginning, when we started setting up internet, the biggest challenge was money. Right? So we need to set up internet and we didn't have any money. So the first, as I said, the email connection was actually funded by volunteers, a global group of volunteers who contributed their own cash, maybe $10, maybe $100, whatever it was, to set up this email connection. And it was started like that, with just a few dollars. And then we set up a non-profit organization, which is still there, called Lanka Academic Network, to formalize this. And then, of course, we got some money from the Sri Lanka government. And then in the 1998 or so, we got a grant from the Swedish government, which really helped us. But what I found was, especially with the Swedish grant, it was not that we went and told Sweden, here we need money. They came and said, oh, you've been doing a lot of good work. Do you want some money to expand it? And that was really what I said. It's sometimes not really a challenge. Sometimes it's just setting the goal and then finding out how to achieve it. The second goal, I would say, or the second way I have managed to do most of my work is by working as a community. The first thing I'd like to say is this is not an award for me. It is an award for a whole lot of people, not just one community, several different communities who were involved in various things. So I think one of the major things is first you have to form a community. First you have to get several people interested, doing their own work. Often these are volunteers who are not getting paid, and then we manage to do what we want to do. And finally, we have success. For example, for the local language, the success is when I go to some Facebook page and I see lots of people have written things in their own language, in Sinhala or Tamil. We never told them, but they've done it. Why? Because the enabling technology is now there. And how did the enabling technology be there? Well, it was through our work. It's really great to have this award from the Internet Society because I've been doing this for the last 25 years, as I said, with many, many people. And Sri Lanka is a small country, and sometimes we have the impression that we do a lot of work and nobody notices that people in larger countries, they do something and it gets noticed. We do something, nobody takes any notice. So this is something really great, not just for me, it's for the entire Sri Lanka, that the work we have done over the last 25 years is now recognized internationally. And I have got emails and calls and cards and various things from various people who really feel, okay, that this is something which put our small country on the map. So I don't think it's something for me, it's for the entire community. And we all feel that this is something that the Internet Society has given us a great deal of recognition.